Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you are here with me today. Today's video is a little bit different. Normally I'm cleaning, but I just don't feel like it today. So I thought I would just get on here and kind of give you guys an update. I've noticed that my subscriber count has pretty much jumped in like the past 2 weeks, and I am so incredibly eternally thankful to everyone who has subscribed and who has stuck around. I cannot express my appreciation for you enough, I don't think, but I just wanted to let you know that I have noticed. I know you are here, and I am so thankful and appreciative, and I hope that you plan to stick around with me. So for those of you that are new, a little bit about myself. My name is Heidi Santos. I am married to my husband. We've been married for 13 years. We have 3 kids. Our oldest is Elora. She's 23. She is a freshman in college. And then Seth, he just turned 13 in November, and he is in 7th grade. And then Bella is our baby. Well, I say baby, but she is 9 years old. She acts like a baby sometimes, but she is 9 years old and she is in 4th grade. We live in a small rural development city outside of Atlanta, Georgia, more towards like the Alabama side of the state. And so my kids go to public school. They are doing face-to-face and not virtual learning. I'm sure that that's going to change with the numbers jumping the way that they are. But for now, we are doing face-to-face. I do plan to do a day in the life soon, because I just kind of feel like my day in the life is kind of different than other people, because the city I live in does not have a school bus system. So I have to get up every morning, fix my kids' breakfast, make sure that they're dressed, make sure they are dressed in, matching attire, and help Bella fix her hair. If she wants to wear earrings, I help her with those. If it's a necklace, a bracelet, rings, anything, I help her with that. And then I pack water and snacks for them every single morning. The school here does not provide snack. All that they provide is lunch. Free of charge. Thank you so much to USDA for that, because for the longest time we did not qualify for free lunch. So now my children are getting free lunches, and I load them in the car. I also take a friend's son to school with us every morning, because she has to be at work like by 7, and the school doesn't open until 7:25. So he rides to school with us, and then she gets him in the afternoon. I used to get him, but her hours have changed, so now she's able to get him in the afternoon, and I go and drop them off. The line, you guys, okay, so our city accepts tuition students from out of the city limits. So like the neighboring towns can send their kids to school in my district, and the tuition is $1,800 per child, and you do not get a sibling discount. So if you have 3 children going to the city schools that are out of district, it's $1,800 per child. So if you have 3 kids from out of district going to the Birmingham City, well, I'll do 2 because I've got 2 right now that are in the school system. Elora, my oldest, she did graduate from the high school, but we have lived in district the whole time that my kids have been in school, and we have tossed around the idea about moving out of district because the cost of living is cheaper, because in my city limits, the housing market is outrageous. Like it's like you're buying a house in Atlanta. It's ridiculous, you guys. So if we were to move out of district and send our 2 kids, Seth and Bella, to our city, even though we live out of district, it would be $3,600 for us to send our children to school in this city if we were to move out of district. So for the sake of that, we stay in district. Like I said, a lot of people choose to live out of district because the housing market is less and property taxes are less when you don't live in the city. But I have calculated it, and I know that we would pay more in tuition than what we are paying in property taxes and for our home now. We bought this house in 2013 when the housing market was still kind of rocky, and a lot of the houses in our community were foreclosed. So we did buy this house out of foreclosure, and it was owned by a bank, and the bank had hired a property company to come in and just basically they remodeled the house. They put, well, not remodeled, but just kind of made it nicer. They put brand new carpeting in. They put new linoleum all throughout, well, in the kitchen and the bathrooms, and then carpet in all the rest of the house. And we have since gone in and we have tiled all 3 bathrooms, and we have basically gutted our bathroom. The master bathroom is the only bathroom in the house that we did a major revamp in. So what I mean by revamp is we put tile in first. Well, that wasn't the first thing that we did, but that was one of the first things. That was something that we did. We did tile. So our bathroom is the new master of the house there. The room that Seth is in, I think I've said this before, the room that Seth is in is the original master of the house. And then where my husband and I stay was the 2-car garage. So the previous owners in 2009, way before we bought it, they had closed in the garage and made it a master bedroom with a bathroom and a closet. And it is so big. This is why I love my house so much. It's 5 bedrooms, 3 baths. It's 2,300 square feet. So it is a lot of square footage. We lived in a rental for 5 years before we bought this house, and it was 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,300 square feet. And it had a carport, and the lot was nice, but the actual living space was just not big enough. We were a family of 5. Bella was 3 when we bought this house and moved in. Well, she was almost 3, about 10 days shy of being 3. So, since we've been here, we have done a little bit of work in the kitchen, and we have done a lot of work in all 3 bathrooms. Like I said, our bathroom is the one that received majority of the work. They had put a stand-up shower in it and brought the walls to get just kind of like put in fake walls, so there was like empty space behind the walls. And we went in and gutted all that out. We ripped out the shower and removed all the wall basically. So it ended up being about 8 feet width of space that we could use. So we put in like a 6-foot long soaking tub, and then he built me a little 2-foot wide linen closet, which is perfect because the only linen closet in this house was in the hall bathroom where the girls stay, and I already have it slammed full of stuff. So the 3 bathrooms is what we have done the most work in, and my husband has done a lot of work. My husband and his dad have done a lot of work in the yard, and then our next project is going to be our kitchen. We want to tile the floors in that, and we want to replace the stove and the dishwasher, just because our refrigerator is silver, and I want silver appliances to go to match my refrigerator. And also the stove that I currently have it's electric, and it has the removable eyes, and I prefer a glass top. And the dishwasher to me is just not big enough for a family of 5. And even with Allure not being here that much, and she is actually, her and her boyfriend are talking about her moving in with him, and they have been on and off again for about 3 years. So it's fine with me if she moves in. She's 23. It's not really like I can stop her. And then I would have another bedroom freed up for more storage. So there is still a lot of work that we want to do to the house, mainly in the kitchen. And then the dining area of the kitchen is not very big. We're talking about extending the kitchen out to where the back deck is. And the back of our house is like a giant L. So I would like to just close it all off, and then the house would be just a giant rectangle. And then we would have like a formal dining area and like a little breakfast nook. I am in the process. So a few weeks, maybe a month ago, I redid our laundry room, and I moved a lot of my canned goods out of the kitchen into the laundry room, because we have a shelving system there that we keep a lot of our food on, and our water and our juices and stuff that we just buy for the kids. And then my husband is in construction. He works outside a lot, so he takes a lot of bottled water with him to work. And when I moved everything in there, he doesn't like it. He's not very happy with what I've done. So I have gone to Amazon and purchased a just kind of like a standalone pantry basically. And I bought it in black so that it matched my dining room set. And I do have a china cabinet in there, but the food won't fit in there. Plus I've got a lot of dishes and stuff that I put in there. And I'm actually looking for a new china cabinet. I also want it black to match my dining room table. So my goal is to have black furniture and silver appliances. I think that it would look really pretty, everything together. So behind me, as you can see, we've already got our Christmas tree up. This is my stocking stand. I have a fireplace, but I didn't get this fireplace until Christmas last year, and I didn't have anywhere. We would normally tack them to the entryway between the kitchen and the living room, but I didn't want to do that this year. So I went on to Amazon.com, I think, and bought this bought this stocking stand or stocking tree. I'll see if I can find it, and I'll link it below in this video if you're interested. You can, I want to say it was Amazon. I could be wrong. I'll see if I can find it, because I did, like, there's a tree at the top of it and it says the Santos family. So you can like personalize it if you want to. But we do have the fireplace, and I thought about putting the stockings on here this year, but because we are a family of 5, it would have taken up like the whole front. Like the whole front of the fireplace is not very big, so it would have taken up the whole front of the fireplace. So I just really like the stocking tree, and I've got a lot of my Christmas decor out, but it's not exactly where I want it. I'm still kind of playing with everything, trying to figure out where I want everything to go. But this Christmas tree I bought last year after Christmas, so I got it on sale. It is a fiber optics tree, and the only negative part about it is that the branches are not very heavy or sturdy, and I have heavy, some of my ornaments are heavy, so it kind of, they'll pop off the branch. So it's like the branch will just kind of swag, and then it'll pop off and the branch will go boop. So it's kind of comical, but it's kind of like, you know, and I've tried to bend the branches to kind of hold it. And so far it's working, but I don't know if I like it or not. I'm gonna try to see what other kind of Christmas tree I can find at the end of this year. I feel like the end of the year, like after January 1st, is like the best time to go and purchase a Christmas tree, because they are on clearance. They don't want to send them back to the manufacturer, because then they lose profit, because they have to pay a restocking fee. So the tree that we had last year was actually the tree that my mom had when I was growing up, when me and my siblings were growing up and having Christmas with my mother. And it's about 8 feet tall, and it's very big. The branches reach out very big. It's a very big round tree, and it's very beautiful, especially once we get the lights on and the ornaments. The only thing is it takes a lot of work, because it is not a pre-lit tree, so it does take a lot of work to wrap we put about 3 to 4 strands of lights on it, because it is so big. And I have problems reaching to put like a star or whatever on it, and my husband is usually not home when we do it. The kids are, and between me and them, we cannot reach to put the star on it. So I wanted a new tree. I wanted a smaller tree, something that would not take up as much room, and the other tree is very, very old, so it drops a lot of needles, and this tree does not drop any needles. I think when we originally started putting it up, it did kind of shed a few needles, only because we were messing with it and moving it. But other than that, there are no needles. Like right now, if I had my other tree, the whole floor would be covered in needles right now. So for me, it was time for us to get a new tree. And plus I had that tree before my husband and I got together, and we've been together for 14 years, married for 13. So we've had it for a very long time. And the video that I posted on Monday was a clean with me in my kitchen, and I cleaned my microwave, and I kind of showed you guys the inside of my microwave. And in the back of it, I meant to mention this in the video, but in the back of the microwave there's like a rust spot. Yes, rust in my microwave. And the reason is because we've had that microwave for 14 years. And I don't want to get another one right now because I do want a new stove, and I want the microwave to go above the stove, and then like a new vent. I want to pull out the cabinet that's above the vent and make one, you know, put in one of those long vent thingies. I don't know if I can do that with a microwave, so it's just something that we're gonna have to look at, but I do eventually want to get a new stove and a new microwave. So getting back to like the whole reason why I did this, which was to kind of introduce you to me and kind of give you information as to who I am. So I do have I currently have medical issues going on. Now I have worked for a majority of my life. I started, my very job was when I was 15, and when I was 15, you were allowed to work when you were 15. I'm 44 now, so I've worked almost all my life, basically. And when my husband and I got together, we did sit down and say, okay, when we start to have kids of our own, we want me to stay home. We don't want them in daycare. We want to be able to, you know, me be home and take care of them. Well, as I'm sure all of you guys are aware, things never happen the way you plan. So Elora, my oldest, she is my child from a previous relationship, but she does not have a relationship with her biological dad. So she calls my husband Dad. And for anything that she has, anything that she needs, she goes to him. Like if it's something that I can't do as far as her car's concerned, or, you know, she needs help in her bedroom or whatever, he goes and does. Like, that's her daddy. They may not share the same DNA, but that is her daddy. So so when we got married, I was pregnant with Seth, and he was not planned. Okay. So I say he's not planned, but wasn't like we were doing anything to prevent it, you know? So he was a surprise, a blessing, a surprise, how do you say it? A surprising blessing. And so on my wedding day, I was pregnant with him, and he jokes with his sisters, you know, he's the only one that was, well, he jokes with his little sister that he was at our wedding and she wasn't. And Bella is the only one that was planned. It took me 2 years to conceive with her and a round of fertility treatments, which I count myself very lucky, because I know there are some women out there that that struggle trying to conceive, and my heart goes out to you. And I just want to tell you to keep forging forward. It will happen. But so when I had Seth, I was working. When we got married, I was working. And when I had Seth, I was working, and I wanted to go back to, well, I didn't want to go back to work, but I had to go back to work. So after my maternity leave, we put him in daycare, which the daycare that he stayed at was very, very good. My friend actually owns it, so I knew that he was in good hands. And then I worked I worked a year after I had him. Seth got very sick. We discovered that he had asthma at 3 months old. So with him being in daycare, he was sick all the time. I was having to take him to the doctor all the time. I was missing so much work. So my husband and I sat down and talked about it, and we decided that I was going to leave my employment and stay home with him. And it was the best decision that I'd ever made. I had so much fun. And then 2 years later, here comes Bella, and I got to stay home with her for 2 years. She was almost 2 when I went back to work. And I worked from 2012 to 2019. And it was hard because the kids were growing up, and Bella was 2 when I went back to work, and Seth was 5, and they wanted me home with them. And then Seth started school, so they had to go to daycare for that. And then the school bus from the daycare would take them back and forth to school. And it was a stressful time. And I'm sure if any of you parents have children in daycare, you can understand that it's very expensive to put your child in daycare. So November 2019, I left my employer, but for the past 2 years, like 2017 to 2019, I started having medical issues. I was diagnosed with severe migraines, and a lot of it was induced by the stress at work. And I was diagnosed with degenerative disc disease. I'm sure a lot of you out there probably have that too and can relate. It's very painful when your disc herniate or bulge, and they are touching the nerves around that disc, and it's very painful. And when I say that I'm not feeling good, my back is hurting, you know, my legs, everything, that is why. And I take injections as often as I can to help with that pain, but it is something that hinders me from working. I cannot sit for a long period of time. That's why you see me move in over here, because it starts to get uncomfortable. So I cannot sit for a very long time. I cannot stand. I cannot walk. I cannot lay in the bed. I can't sleep. I'm telling you, it's ridiculous. But I'm not here to tell you this. I'm not telling you this because I want a pity party. I'm telling you this because I want you to know me, and I want to keep it 100% real for you. So yes, I should probably be working, but because I have all these medical issues, because I've only listed 2, so I have other issues going on, but because I have everything going on, it would not be feasible for me to work, because I would have to take off so much. For example, I had a doctor's appointment yesterday, I have a doctor's appointment today, and I have a doctor's appointment on Thursday. So what employer is going to hire me when I have to take off 3 days out of the week to go to a doctor's visit? And you cannot always schedule them in the same day. And that's one thing that employers don't understand, especially if they don't have health issues. They don't understand that you can't schedule all that in one day. And right now everyone is booked, so you have to get in when they have availability. And sometimes it's 3 days, and 3 days through the week. With that said, I hope that I did not scare y'all away. I hope that you stay and continue to watch my videos. I know you're probably thinking, well, if you're hurting all the time, how can you clean? So the cleaning that I do takes me all day. I start when I drop my children off at school at 7:30, and I work all the way until the afternoon before I have to go get them. And yeah, it's just one room. It's just the kitchen, or it's just a bathroom, or it's just a bedroom, because I have to take multiple breaks throughout the day, throughout the length of time that I'm doing this. I have to take multiple breaks. I have to sit down. I have to move my back. I have to get on my hands and knees to kind of relax my back, take pressure off of it, kind of do some like yoga positions or whatever, to just kind of relieve some pain off of my back. Because there are times that it gets so bad I'm in tears and I can't continue. So what I have found to be the best for me to do is to try to stay on top of things, so that they don't get so bad that it's taking me literally all day, like until night, to clean a room in my house. Because when I go and neglect my kitchen, then I pay for it when it's time for me to clean. And even though you don't see my husband in the videos, he is here, he is helping me. Now, he does work Monday through Friday, sometimes on Saturdays. He leaves at 4:30 in the morning, and he doesn't get home until about 6 o'clock in the evenings. He has a drive that he has to drive pretty far to work and to come home. So he is gone from the house a lot, and the kids, everything to do with the kids is on me. Doctor's appointments, school activities, parent-teacher conferences, homework, bath time, dinner time, breakfast, lunch, everything. And I'm sure you guys can relate. I know a lot of you guys have solo mommy routines because your spouse is at work all day long. And I do plan to do a solo mommy routine of my own eventually, because even though my children are not babies, they're not adults, and they still depend a lot on me at 9 and 13. So they do help me a lot. So if I am having an off day and I just can't, my 13-year-old is really good about taking the reins for me, and he is the best little guy on the planet. I get compliments about him all the time, from complete strangers and from his teachers, his friends' parents. He is He is a genuine character and he has a very special soul. I am going to end the video now, and I hope that you guys enjoyed getting to know me, and I would love to hear from you in the comments below. And I would love to know, you know, are you solo all day long as well? Does your husband help out in the background as well? Do you guys have a bus system for the city that you live in? I would love to know everything about you guys, since I've just kind of basically put myself out there. So I would love to hear from you. Please consider subscribing if you're not already. It is completely free, won't cost you a thing. And please give my video a thumbs up. It really helps out with analytics. And I hope that you guys have a blessed day and a wonderful Christmas season. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.